Hey everybody, welcome back to DiamondTrail Ranch. Today, we're talking about two of the most understood animals on our homestead, and it's going to be Hershey and Bucky, our two Nigerian Dwarf bucks. Oh, check that out. You guys get to see some feral hens that are feral babies with us, with their chicken, her mom. They're living with Hershey, one of our registered bucks I'm talking about today. So, if you've ever considered raising goats, sooner or later, you're going to have to answer one question. What am I going to do about a buck? Because friends and family, they are handled differently, okay? He's super sweet. Hi, Hershey. He's a super, super sweet boy. Look at that face. Well, I'm going to show you how we manage our two Nigerian Dwarf bucks, okay? Bucky and Hershey. This is Hershey right here with his lovely lady friend hen there with her babies. Very cute. You know, why we keep these two separated, Hershey and Bucky, and let's go walk over and I'll show you Bucky as well, and how we avoided a lot of problems. You know, we still run into some here and there, but things that new goat owners typically will run into, and sometimes, you know, not new goat owners. For example, this is Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. We have lots of videos on him specifically, so it's all right. Let's see. This is Bucky. This is his pen, right? Okay. You notice what I did here is they are separated by several pens, right? This is Bucky. That's Hershey. Again, they're both Nigerian Dwarf bucks. That's what they're called. And while they might look cute and harmless, these guys can create a whole lot of babies if you're not careful. One of the biggest mistakes new goat owners make is assuming they can just throw all their goats together and let nature sort itself out. Nature absolutely will sort itself out, okay? You'll just be surprised by the results. And usually, not in a good way. So, why do we keep them separated and this far apart? Mind you, there's multiple pens separating them. Well, when you own does and bucks, every day they're together is a potential breeding opportunity, right? After all, babies are exciting. Say hi, Arnold. Guys, we got a brand new children's book on him. Very cool. Arnold and me and our cat. Random breedings create random kidding dates. Random kidding dates create management problems. Management problems usually create stress, okay? Preventable stress. When we keep our bucks separated like this from the does, we decide when that breeding is happening, okay? We decide which buck gets bred to which doe. Very specific. Arnold wants to chew on my toes. This is a Coon pig at its finest for you guys. That gives us a lot of control, okay? You control your own homestead, okay? Let's talk about something people don't realize. Goat bucks don't need very long to get the job done either. I've heard plenty of stories from goat owners who thought they had a few more weeks before breeding happened. Nope. A buck can breed a doe very, very quickly. And if you're not paying attention, you may not even witness it happen. Then 5 months later, you're standing in the barn wondering why somebody suddenly has twins. Ask enough goat owners and you'll hear some funny stories, okay? Arnold is flying through the yard. You're such a funny pig, man. I love Arnold. He's so awesome. Another reason we keep these guys so far apart with the fencing, well, there's something called fence breeding, and that's what it sounds like. Goats can become surprisingly creative. If a doe is in heat and a buck is motivated enough, they'll spend a lot of time figuring out ways. They get real creative to get closer to each other, okay? They do. You know, goat owners learn pretty quickly that goats, they will just spend a significant amount of time testing this fence. I don't know how many times, so many times we've had to fix fences, fix posts, you know, put another layer in front of another layer, and then before you know it, it's all cattle. It just ends up becoming cattle paneling, you know what I mean? But, you know, the goats don't hate you. They don't hate you. You know, they're not trying to escape. It's just because they're goats, man. They're just goats. That's what goats do. Any goat owner will tell you that. Now, something that's very serious about these guys is fighting. Let's talk about fighting with these goats. One of the biggest questions people ask, and some people will even tell you that their bucks live together. Well, can two bucks live together? Yeah. In many situations, honestly, they can. They absolutely can. Especially if they grew up together. If your boys grew up together, they might be just fine. If they have plenty of if they have plenty of space, you know, they might be just fine. Like maybe if this wasn't divided right here, these pens, you know, or if they were in the whole yard, the pasture, you know, where we keep them over here, not so much the horse side, but if we kept them out and about. Unfortunately, these two have not known each other the whole lives, so they fight constantly if they get out. But yeah, it just depends. If they got plenty of space, if they're not constantly competing for does, which they do, and the does will lead them on. Every goat's different. It is not one shoe fits all. That's not the case with bucks. Some bucks get along wonderfully, some don't. The closer you get to breeding season, the more likely you are to see displays of dominance and competition. That's why we always pay attention to those behavior changes. A little head butting, that's normal, you know. You'll see your does do that too. Usually the queen doe. I personally believe on our herd, I think Bambi, who's actually out way over there, I don't know if you can see her behind the kiddie pool in the bonfire area. Bambi, in my opinion, is our doe queen. Bucky is I think he's the king, and Hershey, I think, is under that, and then go on from there. There is a hierarchy with goats. I know it sounds crazy, but there really is. When goats are crowded, stress goes up. Okay, they're like people. You know, honestly, they need room. They need space. Give them adequate space. It helps reduce that tension and gives them room to, they're going to avoid that conflict. Another reason you want to keep these bad boys separated, guys, if you've never owned a buck before, let me prepare you. The smell. You can see, when you look at a picture of a buck and you just know it's a buck, you can smell the picture, man. I'm telling you. Bucks can smell absolutely terrible during breeding season. And the crazy thing is, they work hard to achieve that smell. They pee on themselves. They rub it all over their face. They rub it all over their legs. It's disgusting to us. But in the buck world, that's apparently very attractive, okay? You know, when we put on our Brute cologne or any of those, Nautica, whatever perfume sprays we're spraying, to that, it's their pee, man. If you've owned bucks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have not owned bucks and you're looking into getting one, more power to you. That's great. That's great news, honestly. But trust me, there's a reason buck owners usually have dedicated goat clothes, because they stank, okay? And even though I say all this, bucks aren't bad animals. They're some of the friendliest goats we've actually owned. Before these two, we had another one named Flynn, big white boy. He looked like Gandalf. He was super, super sweet. I'm sure he's probably in some of our old goat videos on the channel. Go check out our Goat Care 101 playlist. You'll see Flynn on there. We've had lots of bucks. Bucky, we've had, I think, the longest. Hershey here is super sweet. He's awesome. He's an awesome boy. You know, we spend time with our bucks. We spend time with all of our animals. You got to interact with your animals. You know, you want to monitor their behavior. You also want to respect them. That's going to sound crazy for some of us, but you know, a common mistake is treating a young buck like a pet and encouraging rough play. Same thing with roosters, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you're not supposed to do that with roosters. A lot of people have indoor roosters, or they treat their rooster like a parrot, and I'm like, no, hens are one thing. I mean, you shouldn't be doing it with your chickens at all, but you can with a hen. But no, you're setting that rooster up for failure. You know, the bucks, they're cute and all, but a mature buck is going to hit a lot harder than a baby buck. And I'm telling you, man, teaching boundaries early is very important. I was out here putting out yard debris one day. Bucky was just doing his thing out of nowhere, completely dead like me, hard as he could. I was like, whoa. So that was the end of that. It never happened again. He now lives in the pen. That's because he grew up and found his does, right? Another thing we do, keep record, you know. The reason we have so many of these pens is because we need to know who's pregnant, you know, and there's a kind of like a succession there, right? Which buck was used, expected kidding dates, bloodlines, parentages, you know, because a lot of these guys and gals are papered. So some people like to show their animals. They can get show animals from us. Official, you know, Nigerian Dwarf paper goats. That is a real thing. So all these details become important if you're trying to improve your herd over time. The more organized you are, the easier goat ownership becomes. It's just par for the course. Let's answer a quick question I hear all the time. Do you actually need a buck? No, you don't. If you only have a few does, it may make more sense to use a stud service. That's actually very common. Don't know if you guys knew it. There's hay over here. That's why they're hanging out in front of Bucky. It's not because he's... Although sometimes if a doe is in season, boy, I'm telling you, he'll let you know. She'll let you know. But there's hay over here in Kuna's pen. She's our female sweet Kuna pig. We love her. She's awesome. You don't need a buck. You can do a stud service. A lot of small goat owners never keep a buck at all. They simply bring their does to a buck when needed. You know, you can see listings for that online all over the place. That eliminates a lot of the management challenges. You just got to get them to and fro. For us, we prefer having the bucks on the property. It gives us that flexibility and control. Plus, if you want to use stud services, you're more than welcome to reach out to us. We're in Central Florida. Both of these guys, great bloodlines, papers. We prefer having the bucks here. It is what it is. Every homestead's different. At the end of the day, though, bucks aren't nearly as difficult as some people make them out to be. They're not. They just require that careful planning, some absolutely good fencing. Boy, I'm telling you, they need the good fencing, okay? Cattle panel, T-posts in between your posts, kind of like how we have it. There's a gate there, so that one's a little different, but you get what I'm saying. If you leave a buck and a doe together long enough, they're going to handle the rest themselves, you know, literally probably in a day's work, honestly. So, I mean, that's how we manage Bucky and Hershey. We're a homestead on 2 acres with 2 bucks. Let us know in the comments. Do you guys keep a buck on your property? How many bucks do you have? Or do you guys go out and do the stud services? What's the biggest lesson you've learned about raising goats? I'm curious. I want to know. God bless. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one here at DiamondTrail Ranch.